that he asked for, and they can't seem to tell him no. And so we're going to use that analogy for our discussion this evening. So thank you again for joining JNB Live, and thank you for being a part of the JNB family. So guys, come on in. We're going to get started in like a minute or two. Okay, so thank you for joining us. Hey, Tipper, Virgo Queen, Bob, how are you doing this evening? Scorpio Queen, all right. Thank you for joining us. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. We are talking about Trump, who's eating the GOP like Popeye devoured spinach back in the day. You know, some of y'all can relate to Popeye. I'm sure some of you grew up watching that television show. Every word, we're looking at what Mike Johnson is saying, Pam Bondi, another one, and Pete Hegseth, and of course, Laura Loomer. They are making him stronger. They're feeding him. They're feeding his ego. And the Supreme Court is giving him unprecedented power, which is just ridiculous. It just baffles me as to what they have allowed him to do. They're enabling him because once they start, it's hard for them to stop. And most of the Republicans, I'm going to be honest with you, are just simply scared of it. They're terrified of him. And so that's what's happening as well. And we're going to take a look at some of the Democrats, why they're staying quiet. We don't understand that. Some of them are speaking out now. I can say that some are speaking out, but it's few in numbers. And where's the DNC? They're missing in action. Can America survive this spinach fest? Or will it take years to rebuild after Trump? What do you guys think?
It's going to be a tough call, .B. Very tough call. But nonetheless, again, we titled this today, Trump Spinach Feast, because they're seriously feeding him, and we just want to know who's going to stop him. Because right now it looks like no one. Getting everybody aware of the government shutdown. We already said it was going to happen. Had a couple of our viewers yesterday that didn't think it was going to happen, but it's in full effect. Again, welcome back, family. It's we appreciate you guys. Let's get it going.
Okay, welcome back, family. This is another episode of JNB Live. Okay, tonight we're going to break down how Trump is eating the GOP alive, like Popeye eating a can of spinach. Every bite makes him stronger, and it's the people around him that are feeding him the can. I am your girl, your favorite auntie, Dr. B.
All right, guys. You already know I'm your boy, that guy, favorite uncle, Broker J3. Now, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. We have J7, Broad, Jamaica, Larry Hill, Money Takes, Helicopter.
Mansa Musa, all right. Sheba, thank you for joining us as well. 007, all right.
Please keep any of the rude comments out of the chat. We don't want to boot anybody. We take all your chats. We welcome it, but please, anything that's rude or vulgar, please keep it out the chat. We really appreciate it. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Anyway, drop those comments, guys. You know how we feel about those comments. We appreciate it. Make sure you keep tapping the screen, and please help us to get our gift goal. We appreciate you guys that always send us gifts. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We see you guys, and we thank you. So let's talk about who's feeding Trump this spinach feast. You know, who's trying to resist, and why so many people in both parties are acting like they're scared. Let's get to it.
Okay. All right, guys. So who's feeding Trump?
Okay, well, first of all, it looks like Mike Johnson, MAGA Mike.
Yeah.
Little Mikey Johnson. Little Mikey Johnson, the man is supposed to be the Speaker of the House. Instead of holding the line, he gives Trump cover. Every time he stays quiet when Trump pushes, a wild idea, that's another can of spinach. Yep. Okay.
And then, guys, guess what now? Pam Bondi is the hype woman. You know for a fact, whatever Trump says, she's going to be his yes girl. That's what she's going to do. She's going to carry out, do exactly what he tells her to do. She's going to defend him on TV like he is untouchable. And then Pete Hegseth, He's out here echoing Trump talking points so much. It's like Trump talking through him, like he don't have a voice of his own. It's just ridiculous. And then Laura Loomer, really? She plays the fringe role, pushing the outrageous so Trump seems normal in comparison when she know good and well he's not normal, and neither is she.
Exactly. I appreciate the gift, guys. Let's see, we got Pecan Tan. What's up? Cuz, appreciate the love. Appreciate you for joining us. And also any of our other gift givers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It really helps to keep this content going. Now, the thing is, that's like a meal prep right there.
Yeah.
Johnson serves it, Bondi seasons it, Hegseth plates it, and Loomer makes sure that that the can's never empty. Okay.
And every GOP cheer is a spoon of spinach, feeding Trump and giving him more power and more power and more power. And guess what? That power is going to his what? To his head, because you are allowing him to get away with practically anything that he wants. That's why he's saying with the government shutdown, he is either his way, what, or the highway. He doesn't mind shutting down the government because he's not getting what he wants.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is the fact that he would make the comment that now that the government shut down, now we can put an end to some of those programs anyway. Mm-hmm. And when one of the news people that was interviewing him said that, are people going to get fired or let go? He said, well, the Democrats will fire the Democrats. Why would you say something like that? You're the president of America, not the president of Republicans. You're the president of America. It's bad enough we got to deal with you sending troops to Democratic cities and Democratic states, telling the news press that you want to use those cities as training grounds, for our military.
Yeah,
that is absolutely ridiculous and just lying to the American people, and nobody's standing up to this man.
Nobody's calling them out.
But let's talk about this GOP resistance, Doc B.
Okay, we're gonna call it and how we see it. There have been a few that have not bowed down or bent the knee. That's the term that they're using. We've got Mitt Romney it's in the past, Murkowski and Susan Collins. That's to name a few that have actually spoken up here and there. Like I said earlier, they're few in numbers, guys. Few in numbers.
Yeah, but most of the GOP, they act like they're scared. We've been seeing this. It's like a trend, especially from his first term. It's almost like Trump calls their name, threaten their seat, tell them that nobody's going to vote for you to get reelected, and then they fold. And it's like a playground where the loudest kid is running the class.
Yeah, and he's bullying them. That's exactly what's happening. Yeah. Okay, guys. So, and then there's Thomas Massie. He's different.
That's the criminal, the one that accepted the money.
No, oh really?
Yeah, the $50,000.
Oh, I was thinking Thomas Massie. Okay,
in the Kava bag.
Okay, and he's different. He stood up for his constituents and even for the Epstein survivors when no one else wanted to touch the subject. So Massie showed flashes of bravery, but he's one man in a sea of silence, guys. Yes, he is.
Yeah, and let's remember Liz Cheney. She stood strong, but they pushed her out. They got rid of her. She did her best, but they pushed her out. Now that tells you the price of courage in this party.
Yeah.
If you stand up, you're gonna get pushed out. It's just like he told the generals in that meeting. He said that, hey, if you guys don't feel comfortable being here, you guys can leave right now. But if you do, of course, that's your rank, that's your title, you're fired. And that's crazy to say that to those people. I feel kind of sad that we're in a country right now where the people have no say so about anything. They're allowing the president to basically just do what he wants.
Yeah. Now, I do want to speak up for some of the ones that spoke up about releasing the Epstein files. I think it was Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
And there was another young lady that stood up as well. But as I mentioned earlier, they are few in number. And, I just can't say enough about Liz Cheney. It cost her, when she spoke up against Trump, it cost her seat. But she knew that going in. And so I feel like she had more courage than any of them put together, because they can't stand up against Trump because they're afraid of losing their seats. But guess what? She did not care. And so that speaks volumes to me because none of them have that much courage.
Yeah, I see AB. You know, it said Trump's about to get up out of there. It's hard to see that right now.
Yeah,
You know,
I wish that was true.
Now, if we had more Republicans that would actually stand up to Trump, then maybe that could be a possibility. That's just like Magic Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, when he was being interviewed. And then he was saying, you know, we're gonna win in 2026 the midterm because if we don't continue to keep the House or the Senate, Trump's gonna be impeached. He already knows that if they lose any seats or lose their advantage in the House and the Senate, that Trump's gonna be impeached. You know, and it's crazy part about it. Even if the Democrats do impeach him as they did before, the Republicans are still going to stand up and they're going to shoot it down to keep that man in office. This is the first time in my life. I honestly can't believe that we have a convicted felon as our president, and half of the administration that he has are convicted felons.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man, for that laser gun, guys. I'll keep those gifts and those hearts coming. And go ahead and share with us. Put something in the comment section for us and let us know how you feel about this particular topic.
You know, what really gets me is he wants to take over these cities and say that he wants to reduce the crime. But I was looking at a clip today that Jasmine Crockett had when she was speaking to the House, when she went down the list and was talking about all of the January 6th people and the crimes they had committed that Trump pardoned. Now, you pardon criminals. Some of them was criminals before then, and some of them committed crimes after they was pardoned. Now, that's crazy. So if you're really trying to clean the mess up, why would you pardon 1,500 people that came against America? Yeah. But yet the people that talk about you, those people are more of a threat than the people that's actually committing crimes. It just does not make sense.
It does not make sense. So we're going to thank you for the laser guns. We've got all kinds of gifts coming in. So thank you, guys. Thank you, man, for the gifts. I'm not going to be specific because I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to get the character wrong. Okay, guys? So it says, someone, ABGR says, if we all repent and return to God, this all would become a memory so fast. You know what? I hope that does, but we're going to get to it a little bit later on. The damage that Trump is doing, it may take us years to repair. That's the saddest part about it. You know, even after the 4 years that he serves, it may take 2 or 3 more presidents before he actually can repair it to where we were beforehand. That's the saddest part about it. But I agree with you 100%. I wish that we could return, after he leaves office.
Doc B, I'm trying to tell you, we still got to be careful of that, because they was interviewing Trump in the Oval Office, and he got red MAGA hats that says Trump 2028 sitting on his desk in the Oval Office. So what is that suggesting?
Yeah. And then another thing, now we didn't bring this up, and I know some of you guys may be thinking the same thing I'm thinking. He's setting the tone. He is 79. I'm sorry. Yeah, 79, right? How old is, I think he's 79.
79 or 80.
Yeah, 80. But he's setting the tone so that if he does leave office beforehand, I don't want anybody to pass away. But they're setting it so that what they have started will continue with Vice President Vance, or it will continue with one of his sons. Think about it, guys. That's what he actually wants. And if he can keep that to where Vance takes over or one of his sons takes over, that's exactly what he's trying to do. But
that's
what he's doing is he's making all these changes now so that whoever comes next, it's going to be hard for them to undo. That's what they're trying to do.
And the Republicans are not doing anything to stop it. They're actually encouraging this authoritarian behavior that Trump is showing us right now. It just doesn't make sense. And let's talk about this Supreme Court and the far-fetched ideas that's going on right now, Doc.
Yes, they are. This Supreme Court, I haven't seen anything like it. I just can't believe it, can't wrap my brain around some of the things that they've allowed him to do. And when they are the Supreme Court, and he appointed, just think about it, it's mostly a Republican Supreme Court. But the thing of it is, the Supreme Court is sworn to uphold the law, regardless if who put them in office, what type of president put them in office, whether it was a Republican or Democratic president. But some of the decisions that they made, that they are allowing Trump to do, it just blows my mind. So this is the other side of the feasting, the spinach feast that we're talking about. The Supreme Court are not cutting Trump back. They're saying they're actually handing him the fork so he can continue to eat.
And that's the crazy part about it. Now, according to Reuters, the court let Trump remove independent agency commissioners.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's decades of limits that's just gone, just like that. And also, according to AP News, they're even weighing whether to kill a 90-year-old president that keeps presidents from firing regulators at will, because that's exactly what Trump's been doing.
Yeah, he wants complete control so that he can put his buddies, his billionaire buddies, whoever they may be. It could be podcasters that follow him. Anybody that follow him, put him in those key roles because it's called control.
You're right, AB. They're allowing it because they're a part of the unfruitful works of darkness.
Yeah.
It's the Trump cult. That's what it is. That's exactly what it. And I'm keep saying this because, and I'm gonna say it again. How in the world would Trump keep saying that Democrats want to allow what do you call it? Illegals, undocumented illegals to get health care? First of all, you can't do that. You can't do that, and they've been calling him out on that. You can't do that. Illegals can't get health care or even get on Obamacare. They can't do that. Now look at this. Now, you want to cut 11 plus million people off of health care. We're talking about Americans. We ain't talking about no illegals. We're talking about Americans. But yet you can give $60 billion to another country that don't care nothing about America. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Now, let's not forget this. The Supreme Court has not stopped him on some of his far-fetched ideas. Just rolling back climate control. He don't care nothing about the climate. We heard something on the news about Miami going underwater. Remember we talked about that the other day? Trump don't care nothing about that. He don't care nothing about no climate regulations. Keeping control over spending. Congress has already authorized. He want to be able to decide who gets money. And then he's even talking about cutting funding to certain states, blue states. They don't want them to get no money. This is crazy. Yeah. It's totally illegal, but he's getting away with stuff that he should not get away with. The courts hasn't said not loud enough. They just letting him just roam free. And so they keep feeding him the spinach to where he has more power and more power. So after a while, he's just going to be able to do whatever the world, I want to say another word, whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, he's already on the precedent for doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to stop him. They're allowing him. It's almost like they're letting Popeye keep the spinach factory open 24/7.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what's happening. This guy does not care anything about the American people. He already wants to cut the FEMA. Which is crazy because when they had Magic Little Mike was on an interview and he was and it's funny because the news reporter saying, hey, Trump wants to cut FEMA. He said, oh no, he wants to reform it, but yet he wants to cut it. Trump said himself he wants to cut programs like FEMA because they do no good.
Okay, and Big League Win 2 says they know what they're doing is saving money for the rich. Yes, because the $1 trillion that he's cutting, which he's taking away from the American people, all American people, those who are in need, he's taking that and he's giving it to the rich for tax breaks. That's exactly
that's right. He bought people with those stimulus checks.
Yeah,
and you know what? And the sad part about it, I understand. I'm sorry, I missed the name. When you say you never vote Democratic again, the sad part about it is it's almost the same for both parties. You know, it's like you vote Democratic, but they're not doing anything enough to help you. And you vote Republican, and Republicans don't care nothing about the people. They claim that they do everything that they say it was going to do. They haven't. Now, even if you're a Republican right now, and Trump said he was going to lower the cost of food. He was going to lower the cost of gas. Nothing's went low. Unemployment's up. Gas prices are higher.
Groceries are higher.
Food costs are higher. It's nothing that he said is happening right now. So it's like we've been lied to by both parties most of the time.
And guess what, guys? It's not going to get better anytime soon. That's the worst part about it. A lot of people who believed in Trump, he gave them their word before they elected him that he was going to make the economy better. He was going to end wars. He was going to do this, do that. He has not upheld any of the things that he said he was doing.
Big Lee Wynn said they know. Okay, yeah, you said that. Is the word dictatorship is the word. You are absolutely right. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Democrats, the independents, and the silence, because that's what's going on right now.
Okay, let's talk about the Democrats. According to the Pew Research, Trump's approval among independents is steady. I can't believe it, but it is steady. And you've got some independents that's going to believe Trump. They're going to believe they're going to support him. I don't care what happens. He could tell them a lie in their face and they would still believe him. That's just the bottom line. He said it. He could go down Park Avenue and shoot somebody and he still have the same supporters. So he still has some support it's steady among the independents, even ticking up into September 2025. Why? Because Democrats aren't offering a strong alternative voice. The Democrats need to be more vocal. There are some that are speaking up, but it's few. And where is the DNC?
Exactly. Appreciate the gift, Sunday morning. We appreciate you so much for supporting the JMB Live. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweet boy.
We love when you guys help support the cause. Thank you so much. And you know what? The independents, they aren't really loyal to Trump. They're looking for leadership. They can't find it from the Democrats. You know, apparently they're not finding it from Trump. And when the Democrats whisper instead of shouting, Trump feels the silence.
Yeah. And then this is the kicker. You got some Democrats. I'm going to use Jasmine Crockett as an example. When she speaks out, they're viewing her as a angry black woman because that's what they do sometimes. It's a stereotype. But she's speaking out because she's angry, because she sees what's happening and she has no control of the way that they are behaving. They know things are wrong, but they're doing it anyway. Okay, guys? So back to Ken Martin in the DNC. He's the new chair now. He was elected in February 2025. But where is he? Where are you, Ken Martin? Where's the strong plan? Where's the pushback? Where are the bold speeches? Okay, according to Fox News, he called Trump administration fascist. But that was months ago. What has he done lately? Since then, he's been quiet.
Crickets, silence. You know what? Silence is spinach too. When you ain't saying nothing, that feeds Trump too. That feeds his ego. That feeds everything that makes him feel like he can do whatever he wants.
That's why he feels like king. Number one, he loves for you to refer to him as king. And he loves for you to refer to him as daddy. So you could go back and look at that episode we did when they, where he just kind of relished in those people referring to him as daddy. That's what he wants to be.
Exactly.
And that's that power struggle.
And when the DNC stays quiet, Trump eats as well.
Yeah, he's eating good. He's eating good. So Ken Martin is in charge of the DNC, but you wouldn't know it. A lot of people don't even know his name. He's not out front.
That's right. They don't even know who this guy is. So, and you know what? That brings up a serious threat. So let's talk about that threat, guys.
Okay, so thank you, Hershey Chocolate.
Baby Mama Bank.
Yeah, Hershey Chocolate said, now this is a conversation worth having. Yes, it is. Okay, so the serious threat, this is not just a abstract, guys. It's serious, life or death for democracy, because we have to stand for democracy, because that's what our country is. If leaders don't show courage, the institutions are going to crumble. According to Atlanta analyst that was quoted in AP News, guys, it could take years to rebuild America's system after Trump leaves office. Years to rebuild what he did, what he tore down.
And that's the scary part. It's not just about now, but it's about the damage for lasting years. If bravery is missing, America is much weaker than it ever was, even though he claims we're the strongest country in the world. Right now, we're the laughing stock in the world because of our convicted convict president.
Yeah, a lot of countries are laughing at us, and a lot of countries are plotting behind the scenes, and they are not including the United States because they can't trust us, guys. Yes. And that's sad.
Yes, Hershey Chocolate. The government is shut down.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is shut down.
It is shut down right now. So a lot of companies that receive federal funding, they're not receiving those funds right now. And now this.
I heard it was about 350,000 federal workers that have been furloughed.
Now this is an interesting statement I'm going to make right now. And you guys do your own research. We always highly talk about you guys doing your own research.
Yes.
Now, the last 2 times the government was shut down was under Donald Trump. The longest the government ever been shut down in history was either 35 or 38 days, and that was under Donald Trump. So here we are again under a shutdown under Donald Trump. But yet in 2013, when President Barack Obama was in office and the government was going through a situation where the government could be shut down, Donald Trump he was on one of the news stations that did an interview and said that if the government shuts down, it's the president.
Okay.
It's the president that should be at fault, because people 25, 50, and 100 years from now, people are not going to say, well, who was the Speaker of the House? You know, who led Congress? They're going to be like, who was the president at the time?
Yes,
so it's amazing how you can go back to 2013 and hear Trump says that it would be the president's fault if the government is shut down. But since 2013, he let the government shut down a couple of times, and it was on his watch. But yet he blames the Democrats instead of taking responsibility for himself.
Yes. Okay, we got a comment here.
We have to always remember to follow the money, the 1% that controls the vast. Big lead win too. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This country is being run by the 1%. Let's be real.
That's it.
Let's be real. That's why Trump's in office right now, because they need a puppet that they can control, and that's Donald Trump.
And I always used to say, Broker J3, that the world was designed to make the rich richer and the poor poor. Yeah. So I'm seeing that now. You guys, I would not be surprised if the middle class people end up becoming the lower class.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of what's happening, Doc B. It's going to be rich or poor. There will not be no in between. Come on, guys. Let's pay attention to what's going on right now. And I'm going to say it again. Prices on everything is going up, but the income is not. Jobs are disappearing. The income is not going anywhere. I'm going to remind you guys about this. Look at how long it took, over 40 years, for the minimum wage to go up $3 and some change. 40 years, the minimum wage only went up $3 and some change in the majority of the states. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're right. So ABGR said that man told so many lies. People should know who sent him. They know.
They don't.
They know.
Yeah, but it's a cult.
They don't care.
It's a cult.
They don't care. Right now, it's all about power. And some people, it's so sad, guys, that people don't care about what's affecting some people. They don't even care if it's affecting their own household. I've seen too many times on the news or on Facebook about people being, well, this man's wife was exported, or was sent back to another country. But guess what? He said he's still going to support Trump. It's a cult, guys.
Yeah, and Hershey,
it don't matter what he does.
And Hershey, he is trying to destroy democracy. And big old Scar, he said, yeah, I work with We Dream in Black to fight the higher wages and changes in pay. You know what? And big ups to you, Big old Scar, because it needs to change. It doesn't make sense. I look back and say I started off when I was working. I was 14. Minimum wage was $3.35. I grew up in Florida, Miami, and now I live in Georgia now. And the minimum wage in Georgia is $7.25. That's less than $4 in over 40 years. It does not make sense.
It does not. It does not. And guess what? Your employer is more than likely not going to pay you too much above the minimum wage, because guess what? they don't have to.
Yeah.
They're saving money. Remember, the world is designed to make the rich richer and the poor poor. And like Broker J3 just said, by the time it's over with, Trump leaves office, there will be no more middle class.
No, it sure
Upper class, lower class, poor people.
And that's all it's gonna be.
Okay, guys. So let's think about this. And I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I want you to weigh in on this. Will this lack of courage, Democrats not standing up, the GOP definitely not standing up, because a lot of them, they know he's wrong. They are actually whispering behind his back. There's talk of that everywhere. And the DNC. Will this destroy the country? What's going to happen to our country? That's the question I would like for you guys to weigh in on. It's not guaranteed, but history shows nations fall when the people in power act scared instead of strong.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part about it, because it's going to take years to rebuild America after Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's if we even can, because we really don't know what's going to happen in the coming months or the coming years. Guys, we're in the first year of Trump, second term, the first year.
Yeah.
There's still 3 more years of this madness. It's just begun.
Yeah. Now
it's just begun.
Now we do have somebody said MAGA will make America great again. So
we're waiting on it. If they can make it happen, we waiting on it. I think everybody's waiting on it. We just don't see it yet.
Yeah. And I love this comment here by ABGR. We do all the work and get paid less, while the people that's just watching us work get paid more, and that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Let me see. Ray says, I believe with you folks 100%. Trump is the worst president we ever have had.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure about the worst, but as far as in my particular lifetime, so,
top 5.
I think he definitely ranks up there, because first of all, a president should definitely always put America first, which he always talks about. Oh, America first, make America great again.
Mm-hmm.
If that is the case, hell, I would vote for you if you actually really do that. But you're not doing that. You're actually hurting the American people. And it's like the only people that Trump care about are the rich people. That's it. That's the only people that he care about, is rich people.
Well, we do have a supporter. Boot Nickel says that he thinks he's the greatest president that we have had in his lifetime. And I appreciate your comments, Boot Nickel.
Boot Nickel, let me ask you a question. How old are you, if you don't mind sharing? How old are you?
Okay, ABGR said he lied on national TV, acting like he took the vaccine.
49. Oh, he says he's 49.
He's 49 years old. Okay. Now, so tell us why you think he's the best president we've ever had.
Yeah,
I really want to know. And where are you getting your information from? Ray says, be careful. Trump hear what you say he will take you offline like he did the comedians. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, of course that's a possibility. But we're just free. We have a right to free speech, and we're just saying how we feel. We welcome any opinions about how, just like Boot Nickel is a Trump supporter. We're not going to kick him off because he supports Trump. That's his. That's who he wants to support. That's his choice.
And here's another thing. We're not here saying anything about Trump that's not facts.
Yeah.
We're not making anything up. we're actually stating facts.
Yeah.
In fact, and that's all you have to do to hurt his feelings is speak facts.
Yeah.
The man lies.
Yeah. And these are most of the things. Well, the majority of things that we say is rooted in quotes from the news outlet. When we give you something that's grounded information, that's grounded based on research. This is the information that we didn't just create off the top of our head. So this had to come from somewhere. So these are our personal opinions, and we welcome your opinions. It's just how we feel based on the research. And Broker J3 said it best. Do your own research.
Always.
But I would not limit yourself to one particular if you're just going to X to get your information, if you're just getting your information from YouTube, you need to try several different outlets because guess what? If you are viewing something that's all you do is talk about read stuff that supports Trump, guess what? Fox News, X, then guess what? Every time you go, you're going to get those same articles that are related to the same content because there's an algorithm that knows exactly what you're looking for. So it's going to feed you that same information. It's in your feed. So that's all you're going to get. That's why it's important that you do your research with various sources.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can get the full picture of what's actually happening.
Yeah, never believe what anyone tells you. We tell everybody on our podcast, you know, you don't have to believe anything we say. We always tell everybody, make sure you do your own research. That is what's most important. That's why a lot of people are not watching legacy media right now because, you know, a long time ago, you could be able to watch the news and actually get real news. But now you're not. You know, even the news people are scared.
Yes,
they're scared
because they're being told what to say.
Exactly. They're
being told what to say. And Don Lemon said it best when he was worked for CNN. He never had anybody to tell him what he had to say. He wrote his own script. But see, now journalists have to get it approved as to what they're going to say. So in other words, they're conditioning you to believe what they believe because they have to approve what the journalists say. That's why these legacy media outlets are out the window.
That's right, Cindy.
That's not real journalism.
That's right, Cindy. It's all fake news. You half the news you can't believe. Fox, CNN, MSNBC. You can't.
CBS.
CBS. You can't believe what these people are telling you. Back in the day, you used to get real news. I mean, even if it was a war, people was out there right in the middle. The gunfire. We're in the middle of right now. They're showing you what's going on. Now it's like people get shot up. You find out days later that something happened. It's almost like they don't want to tell you what's going on, and it just does not make sense.
And then when they report it, most of the time they're gonna leave out half the truth. Just like the young lady said, fake news. They're gonna tell you what they want you to hear and what they want you to believe.
See, boot Nick, and see that's another reason that you got on there. You said Democrats' rhetoric incites violence. No, it does not. They're not inciting violence. You're talking about Trump being one of the greatest presidents. He was the one who incited the riots on January 6th. And then after all of that, then he actually pardoned all of those people. You know, and if you're getting that information in regards to what happened with Charlie Hicks or whatever, then that's that fake news. That fake news is putting that out there to make you believe that this is
what he just said. Charlie
Kirk.
Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry. Isn't a good example. A good example of what?
Yeah, but see that was that legacy media feeding you those lies. That's exactly what they was doing.
Yeah. And Boot, nigga, this is what I want you to do. I'm going to challenge you. Like I said, we respect everything that you say because that's your opinion and you are entitled to it.
Yes.
But I would like for you to research what you're saying to see if that's actually grounded. Grounded means the whole truth and nothing but the truth based on research. It's very important, guys, that we educate ourselves and empower ourselves with knowledge because you can't believe everything that you hear on those legacy media outlets or X on some of the other sites. You got to look at who owned them.
Yeah, and don't get us wrong now. Now, I say it all the time. I personally don't give a damn about Democrats, Republicans. I don't really care about none. I wish that they would actually allow the Green or the independent parties a real chance and people actually wake up and say, hey, this party just is not working for me. Let me try something different. Because if you ask me, they all lie. They all lie. All them politicians, they just want to get in office and run us, but they're not doing everything that they're supposed to do. That's why, again, we say it's very important to do your own research because right now we don't know who to believe when it comes down to what's going on in this country because you can't believe the news.
Okay, yeah, and our Ellis Bannister says this is a compliment. Man, I love you guys. You made for each. I always keep you covered. God bless you. Thank you. So thank you for that comment.
Yeah, we
And
appreciate
like
it.
I said, Bootnicka, we even invite you to come back when we start having the panels, which we're going to do in season 2, which is starting shortly. Come back and be one of our panelist guests. You know, we welcome all opinions and we respect you for having that opinion because that's how you feel. We don't want to condition people and tell people how to feel and how to think. That's your choice. And I respect the fact that you said that you've done your research. So I take that and I hear you. So thank you guys. Thank you, Miss Empowered. Oh guys, y'all are off the chain with these gifts. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and like we always say, guys, we always appreciate you guys' comments. As long as it's not vulgar against myself or Doc B, we always want to hear what you guys have to say. So
and I love to say we can agree to disagree.
That's
and
right.
It does not have to become rude, disrespectful, and just get nasty. We don't believe in that. We can keep it clean.
You know what, Doc B? See, this is what I wish the Republicans and Democrats would do. We don't know Bootnicka.
No.
We don't know Bootnicka, but we can actually have a decent conversation to agree to disagree on certain topics without it going left or feeling like we need to disrespect them or they need to disrespect us. That's what this platform is for.
And that goes back to the other analogy that we had earlier. We are willing to hear what he has to say. We're not kicking him off of the platform. We want to hear what he has to say. And this is what we're talking about, Bootnicka. The Republicans don't even want to hear what the Democrats have to say or the proposition as far as not shutting the government down. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said you can agree to disagree. This is where we're coming from. Exactly. Do you understand the analogy that I just gave you?
Yeah.
We can hear each other, we can respect each other, and then at the end of the day, we can vote on it and move forward.
Exactly. So you know what, Doc B?
He said that Nigga said, I appreciate you, sis. Thank you.
Hey, we appreciate you
for
coming through to help voice your opinion because I'm quite sure some others that's on the platform with us right now that feel the same way. And they may be scared to speak up. But we'll appreciate the fact that you do. So we appreciate all you guys' comments
and your gifts.
Those gifts go a long way to help keep the content going. We thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. We're gonna keep bringing it live, raw, uncut, and unfiltered.
Yeah, and I like Ellis Bannister's comment saying communication is key. That is absolutely true because the Republicans and the Democrats have to communicate with each other because this is what's going to happen. The pressure is going to hit. It hasn't hit yet, but in the days to come, people are losing. People don't have paychecks. People are you never know what's going to happen. Somebody may have been dependent on that check and they can't feed their families. So the pressure is going to be on in the next couple of weeks.
The only thing we can do is just pray for America. And pray that God really touch our political people to do the right thing, get his nation back up and running. And I always send an extra prayer for Trump because I really pray that God touch this man's heart because I think when you born privileged, you don't understand what regular people go through. You talk about groceries, but have you ever gone without groceries?
They couldn't feed your family.
Do you know what it's like to have just enough to feed your kids and say, I'll eat another day? Do you know what it feels like when you don't have enough gas money to get to and from work? Have you ever been in that situation before? And when you haven't, you don't understand what regular Americans go through every day and what we're dealing with right now. A lot of people can't eat. You already talk about putting homeless people, locking them up. But it's a lot of people right now that's literally a paycheck away from being homeless themselves. Good American people that's been paying their taxes, they're just going through a lot because of rising prices that you have not brought down.
And it's going to get real. I promise you, it's going to get real. And like I said, I've been to the grocery store. I went this week and I went last week as well. And I'm the type of person, I know when the prices go up, because I analyze. I'll go to 3 different grocery stores, guys. I'll go to Aldi's, I'll go to Food Depot, and sometimes I'll go to Kroger, sometimes Publix. But I know, and I compare prices. The groceries are going up, guys. Everything is going up. And so when you ask yourself, okay, well, how can I get ahead? Some people thought they were getting ahead. They were able to manage their bills. They thought they were getting on top, maybe getting ready to purchase that home. Well, guess what? That goes out the window. They can't purchase a house. And some of them will say, well, hey, I got enough money saved up. I was going to buy me a car. Well, guess what? That's out the window.
AB said Trump is making it easier for those one check away from being homeless to be homeless.
Yeah, exactly. That is true.
Oh, somebody said something about they said Social Security. My Social Security check doesn't rise enough to come close to how everything is going up.
Yeah,
we hear you. We hear you, Ray. That's happening to so many people right now. And again, it's like I sometimes I don't think the government as a whole, and you hear us talk about Democrats and Republicans. So
yeah, we're talking about both of them.
We're talking about both of them.
They're feeding the president. They're giving him that spinach, and they're not standing up. So he has more power. So he has the power to take away from the poor people, and he's going to give that to the rich. Okay.
All right. So what's your final thoughts on today's topic,
This has been a hot topic. I'm one of them. My check's not enough. Thank you, Cindy. We appreciate you guys for all of the comments. Okay, guys, Trump's spinach feast is real. We kept it real with you guys, and that's what we do. It's real and it's dangerous. It's dangerous because a lot of people are going to be affected negatively. Okay, the GOP keeps feeding him. The court keeps letting him grow. He's getting bigger and bigger. The head getting bigger and bigger. The Democrats are staying quiet, and independents are starting to look his way because they're just in the middle. We need more leaders like Gavin Newsom. He's one of the ones I know who's speaking up. He's fighting back. He's pushing back. And Massie, when he does stand up, like the few voices in Congress still willing to speak. We need more Democrats and the DMC to speak up because now is the time. We don't need to wait until November 2026 to speak up. We need to speak up now. This is a critical fight, and it is now.
Yeah, and if we don't starve the monster, he'll keep eating. The spinach isn't literal, guys. It's silence. It's fear. It's complicity. Most of the GOP act scared, including some of the Democrats. Most of them feel bullied, and the DNC is missing in action. And if this continues, the cost won't just be 4 years. It'll be decades to come.
Yeah. So guys, shout out now. Some of you may not have agreed. Big C said they were leaving the channel because a whole bunch of lies were being told. Yeah, that may be true, but people have a right to their opinion.
They do. And there's nothing nothing wrong with that. It's just like if someone watches Fox News and that's all they watch.
Yeah.
A lot of us know what Fox News, the propaganda that they push out there. That's just like Bootstrapper made a comment about that the Democrats want to use funds to take care of illegals. But see, that's that propaganda that's being pushed as one of the reasons why the government is shut down, because the Democrats want to take care of illegals. The Democrats don't want to take care of illegals. That's what they're saying. It's illegal to give health care to people that are not citizens of the United States. They're not talking about illegals. They're talking about people that's here, people that have insurance or part of the Obamacare subsidies that help them with their insurance. The end of the year, those subsidies will end, and they want to extend those subsidies so people that's already on health care right now, we're talking about illegals. We're talking about no illegals. We don't want no illegals getting no government funding at all. We don't even suggest that happens. That's not what we into. But for the people that are legal and are getting health insurance, they want to make sure that they can continue to get those low cost premiums, so that when it ends the end of this year, that they won't be hurt to the point where they may lose their health care coverage.
And then Let's Get Deuces says, I wish Newsom would run for president, but he refuses to. He does at this point, but you never know. He may change his mind. But guys, this is why, we watch the streaming platforms. We do. We watch it all the time because I'm the type of person, I like to know what's happening in my state, in my county, and in my country, because it's affecting me, and I have grandchildren that will be affected. So there's nothing wrong with me going to Fox News every now and then. I may spend 10, 15 minutes on that station, but I like to hear what they're saying. I know it's lies, but I need to be aware of those lies. That's how you check people. You know that they're telling no lies, but how are you going to know if you don't go to those sites every now and then and see that they're telling those lies? It's about empowering yourself so that you know what's happening in your area so that you are prepared. And that's what we're doing right here. We're enabling you guys. We're bringing you the information, everything that we know what's going on, so that you can empower yourself so that you are prepared. And if it happens, you can't say that you don't know or you didn't know it was happening, because we provided that information for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, guys, we appreciate you guys joining us for this topic. And remember, you guys can always go to @Live with J&B on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe. You can go back to any of our content, any of our previous podcasts, and you guys can always comment. We do respond to all comments that we receive. So we look forward to you guys commenting even when we're not online. And for some of you guys that don't have the time to be able to catch us live or be able to watch us on YouTube, you guys can definitely check us out on all the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the heart button, the likes, or whatever platform you're on, because we want to keep those algorithms coming, because the more you like, share, and subscribe, the better it is for us, because we become more available to everyone.
Exactly. And we appreciate the gifts
so much
that you guys have sent. I think we hit most of our gift goals today. I'm not sure, but we do appreciate you guys that have contributed. And we will see you guys again tomorrow. I'm your boy, that guy, your favorite uncle, Broker J3.
And I am your girl, your favorite auntie. Remember that, guys, Dr. B.
All right, guys. And we always like to say, let's talk about it.
Thank you, guys.
So we appreciate you guys. We'll